He's talking to Cora in spring training about Kristian Campbell. He said he's the best athlete that he's seen. And that is
That's a big statement.
a really strong statement to make around somebody. And then he ran up on me as I was covering somebody else. I'm like, oh, wow, you're a bigger guy than I thought you was. He looks just like a slim guy on TV. He's put together already, and he's coming off to a great start. He didn't have an awesome spring training, but when you see the contract and you see the success that he's having right now, it starts to make sense to me, and it starts to remind me of some players that I've seen in the past. So let's get into it and talk about his season a little bit this year, D-Ro. He's getting off to a hot start, hitting .344, already having a couple of homers. And the big thing, when you jump into the big leagues, you just want to find a way to have some success. He's gotten on base every single game that he's played this season. So no matter if it's a walk, he finds a way to put the bat on the ball. But let's run that swing back real quick before we get in the mood. D-Ro,
there's a lot happening.
When you see the swing, we always assume that players, when they get called up, they're already a finished product. They're already polished. You need to have everything figured out to have success in the big leagues. And I truly don't believe that's always the case, D-Ro. When we watch this swing and you break it down, we could break it down, D-Ro, and probably find some flaws. But what he has is amazing hand-eye coordination, and I think this is something that the Red Sox are better than other teams at identifying. Yeah. When you want athletes on your team and you want to draft athletes, and I've talked to plenty of GMs who says, man, look at this guy, he can do a dunk 360. Yes, but how is his hand-eye coordination and how does it apply to baseball? Kristian Campbell has both, to where he's extremely athletic, but some flaws that he has in his swing, he makes up for it with his hand-eye. So let's show this swing. I want to give D-Ro the opportunity to just look at it and see. Tell me what you see here, D-Ro.
He's a wild horse. Your athletic ability can get you to the big leagues. It looks like he's out front a little bit. He's going to have to clean a lot of this up, but this is what makes him so successful. He's not the finished product yet, and he's still, his athletic ability just shines through. So pause. Run that back for me just a little bit.
You're coming all off your backside.
He's coming all off his backside. He has so much more power in the tank. I mean, you see, he's side slicing sliders down the right field line.
Yeah, he can go oppo, but he's barreling the ball. And this is just a coincidence. I know y'all saw the sneak peek of Mookie Betts, but it's really a coincidence that these guys played with the same organization. But when I was in Boston, I remember seeing Mookie, and we're going to see a little bit of Xander Bogaerts as well. They would look like their legs are going one way, their hips are going one way, their hands going one way, but they would barrel the ball up on a consistent basis, and I would talk to them after at bat. What are you trying to do? I don't know, CY. I'm just trying to hit the ball hard. And they honestly felt like that, and I actually admire that with players, because if you start off with the hand-eye coordination, once you start to hone in and really understand how a pitcher's trying to attack you, you're only going to get better. So let's get into it. What I saw when I was in Boston with these other players, you saw Mookie Betts. Watch the swing that Mookie Betts has. This is pure athleticism. If we were to dig in and try to find every little thing with his swing, we could find so many flaws, but what you're not going to have a flaw in is his hand-eye coordination.
That's why I always say, like, people talk about, pause this real quick, people talk about taking hands out of the swing, and there are some guys that works for, but I'm telling you, for me, I always felt like my hands would bail me out of anything. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what got me here.
Absolutely.
Playing defense, soft hands, the ability to, I wanted to take these everywhere.
Right.
So to think about taking them out at 22, 23 years old would almost seem like I'm doing myself a disservice. Now, that's why I love it. You can't cookie cut